The Whitney was a brownstone on A Street, and it was shoved in between a group of brownstones. Then it moved to 54th Street behind the Museum of Modern Art, and it was sort of like had a parallel existence to MoMA, but was the back door. Then we moved to uptown to 75th Street, and we were on the corner. So we started to emerge from the shadows, and now we're actually fully freestanding, and it is sort of a metaphor for the growth of the institution.
We knew that opening the building would be an unprecedented opportunity to show as much of the collection as possible. And it really wasn't until the very end of our process that we came up with the title. And in a sense, it reflects our own position, our own response to the complexity of American art. That it's not any one thing, it's impossible to ever sum it up. And also there are things that are yet to be done. There are narratives that still need to be written. And so the show very much reflects that.
As Renzo Piano said, it's a bit of a miracle. We had 2,000 works when we moved in 1966 to the Boucher building, and today we have 22,000 works. Building a building of any kind in New York is so complicated. This piece of land, which was owned by the city, and the idea that you have horizontal space, just a big open space to build something on, I mean, I can hardly think of many places in Manhattan you could even physically do that. So we were really, really lucky.
I think one of the things that surprised me is actually the wood floors here are not only soft to walk on, but they also reflect light in a way that's very different than what we have had at the Boucher building with the dark floors.
When Hurricane Sandy came, the foundation had been poured and the steel was up, but the foundation was open, and we took on over 5 million gallons of water in the basement, and it was like a swimming pool. And I came down, I remember that morning, and I actually had tears in my eyes because I thought the project, after all these years of planning, had been ruined. But the engineers told me, actually, this was not all a bad sign. They said, in fact, it's showing that the bathtub is holding, which is what you want the basement to do. We now are doing probably once, maybe twice a year, we're going to be doing flood drills.
The biennial will happen in 2017. I'm very excited now to see what the curatorial team who will work on it really comes up with and how the artists will really use this building. I'm sure it's going to be unlike anything we've seen before because the space is unlike anything we've had before.
We were always thinking, is this going to be the best possible place that we could think of to see art and to experience art? That plus also thinking we wanted to make as many spaces that artists would want to infiltrate as possible.